Hello again, ladies and gents. Time for day 4 of the Crypto Challenge. 6 months, $1,500 into $250K. Your host, Mr. Techie.
Hello, good evening, and welcome everyone, or good morning, or good afternoon, depending where you are in the world. It has been an interesting day, hasn't it? It's Sunday. A lot of people are relaxing today. A lot of people are watching the Super Bowl, which I have to admit I don't really know much about. Being a European person, we don't really have something like the Super Bowl here, I guess. But I understand, and I've watched previous adverts every year, the amazing adverts that come out for the Super Bowl, and everyone gets very excited and lots of gatherings and stuff. So I hope you're all having a good time. And if you are watching the Super Bowl and tuning in at the same time, then big kudos to you for multitasking in such a way. So welcome. I'm joined today by Crypto Romeo. Thank you very much, brother, for the introduction. We've got Cloud Champ Wes, we have Jack Low, we have Grizz Dave, and we have Jerome as well coming in to the server there. So hello from all of us here to all of you over there. If you're tuning in via YouTube, you are welcome to use the chat on YouTube. We will monitor that for questions, as well as monitor the chat on Discord. So if you are a member of our Discord server, you can just go and find the room called Live Stream Chat, where you can ask questions there and where you can post any comments, etc. If you're not a member of the Discord, head over to our website. The link is in the description. Coin ain't working now. Coin? Check out the link in the description. Go to the Discord server. Sign up. It's a great community. Lots of amazing information. There's always people there. You can ask for advice. You can ask for comments. You can ask for feedback. If you're watching as well, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. There may occasionally be the odd random stream here or there. So, you know, if you do that, then you can always get alerted. And of course, yeah, give a thumbs up to the video if you're enjoying it. So, gentlemen with me here on the server today. Mr. Wes, Mr. Jacklow, Jerome, and Grizz. It's been a bit of an interesting day, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Indeed.
So, when I woke up this morning, which is probably early morning US time, and I had a look at the charts, and I had a look at what's happening in the market, I was a little bit disappointed. And if we come across, and we have a look right now, wait, we haven't done the thing that we have to do every time, did we? We got to check our balance. That's always the first thing to do. So let's click on our estimated value. And we are down to 130536. 1305.36. We lost $200 overnight, or the equivalent of 13%. Not a great start, is it? It's only day 3 and we're already losing money. Yeah, this is essentially due to the following. Bitcoin. Bitcoin has really suffered over the last 24 hours. If we find the point that we were at yesterday, I believe we were about here somewhere. Let me just scroll along, find the time, and there. So we were around here yesterday when we logged out of the stream. And Bitcoin dropped a little bit, but then it started to pick back up again. And as you can see here, guys, it has just been going down, 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 down. This has essentially kind of really hurt us a little bit, because if we look at our balance, we are holding a little bit of Bitcoin, okay, quite a bit of Bitcoin. And then we are also holding some altcoins, all right? And because Bitcoin made this move, I think you guys know what's going to happen. We have a look at any of our altcoins, we can see they have almost the same pattern. Everyone suffered to a degree. Walton has been very strong. Walton is not really, like, you know, Bitcoin was kind of going down at an angle like that. Walton hasn't suffered as much, but it still suffered. And even XRP has suffered. If you guys have a look on the right hand side here, this change column is how much a coin has gone up or down in the last 24 hours. So Bitcoin dropped 9.93%, almost 10%. Walton only dropped 6.5%, XRP 4.11%, but ICX dropped 12.3%. That's quite a bit of a drop, to be honest. So currently it's at 9944, and if we have a look here, we come to our trades. Hold on a second, did we just look at the right one? We're looking at XRP, sorry. XRP 9934. I should always remember to do this. So we're at a 0.5% loss on our dear XRP, whereas yesterday we were up a little bit. Having a look at Walton, 28419. We can come here to Walton, 28419. We are at a loss. We are still at a gain of 1%. And if we have a look at ICX, is 5177. So we can just come here, 5177. It's going to be the same. We bought it twice. Okay. So on one of them, we are at a loss of almost 20%. That was our original buy, if you guys remember, on the 2nd of February. And the ones that we bought yesterday were at a loss of 10% on it. It's not a good start. What has gone wrong? Well, unfortunately, Bitcoin has been going down in value quite a bit. And as a result, everything's been hurting. And there's a lot of rumors and a lot of information out there right now about Bitcoin, and a lot of people are quite afraid in the market. A lot of people don't actually want to make any trades right now. A lot of people are being very cautious because it's very uncertain which way Bitcoin is going to go. Now I say it's very uncertain because the only way to tell which way Bitcoin is going to go is by using technical analysis. Okay, and the technical analysis which has come out so far from today says that we are looking at a larger drop than what we have already had. What does this mean though? Right now we're at a bit of a loss in terms of the coins that we're holding. We are at a $200 loss overnight, but we're still kind of $100 down from when we started. So we made about $100 over the first 2 days, and then we lost them. But right now the market is on a massive downtrend. It is a very bearish market at the moment, and so we are expecting a little bit more of a drop. What is the best thing to do in this case? Not panic. That is the most important thing. When you actually start to panic, and people start to panic sell, then that's what causes the market to go even further down and further down. That's why we say to you guys, don't panic, okay? Just hold your position and let's see how it goes. Jacklo, do you maybe want to give a quick overview of what BTC maybe did and where it might go potentially?
Well, today when I woke up this morning, BTC dropped all the way down to $8.4 thousand, and at that point, it has broken the uptrend that it was on, and on the small bull run that it went all the way up to 9,400, and at that point, the market's been going on a downtrend ever since. As you can see, today it's gone all the way down to a low of $7,990 something before retracing and bouncing back up to $8,450. And we are expecting it to go even lower, so our profits may take a hit, but that's to be expected in this cycle of the market.
Okay, and one important thing to know, guys, is that the market will recover at some point. Okay, it's not like that's it. It's all over. It's all doom and gloom. We've lost money. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. We are holding our stuff. We are not going to sell them for a loss because, as you can see with Walton, okay, we have currently 11 Walton. In fact, we need to add in another order for Walton, don't we? Let's come here. In this one here. Let's check out our history because we bought some Walton yesterday, but we forgot to add it in. So we bought some Walton at 29822. We go into trades, and we can put here WTC, put in that amount, and that was yesterday. We set the order yesterday, but I think it triggered after we left, I believe. Okay, and the price for Walton currently was this one. Okay, so we put it there, and that's okay. The issue is, guys, we are at a loss on most of our coins, okay? If we sell them now, then essentially we are completely getting rid of the money that we had in them. We are accepting that loss, okay? And the market could flip at any moment, and it could go back up. And then we would have lost our position in that coin. That is not a nice place to be, okay? It's better to hold your coins, not sell them at a loss, and maintain your position in the market. You still own those coins. How can we be so confident in this? These three coins that we have chosen, Walton, okay, Ripple or XRP, and Icon or ICX, they are all very, very valuable coins. They are very well known coins in the market, and they are a fraction of their price that they were just 2 weeks ago. Okay, so we could, guys, does anyone remember off the top of their head the all-time highs for these coins, or should we just go to CoinMarketCap and get it out? I think Walton was at $43 or $44. It's currently $23. Ridiculously cheap price. It's half price right now. Ripple, we can check that out. CoinMarketCap currencies.
Like $3.60, I think, somewhere around there.
All right.
And Icon, it was around like $12 something, $12.40 maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So Icon was $12.40. It's a third of the price. Ripple,
it's free.
It's practically free. Okay. It's literally practically free. And these coins are very strong coins, as in the projects behind them are very strong. The team behind them are very strong. So they have high value. They are a high value coin. People are willing to pay $3.60 per Ripple, you know, and that was when the market was still going down. You know, I'm not talking about back in September or October when everything was super high. No, this is even more recently. Even Walton, I think it was less than 2 weeks ago, maybe even last week, it was at $40 something. Now it's at 23. So we are confident that these coins are going to go up in value. So instead of selling right now and losing our position and being in an uncertain market that at any point could go back upwards and us be left with just a loss, we are holding on to our coins. Okay. So this is why right now we are going to hold. All right. I wish we could have done more trading. I was actually really hoping that this market would have kind of started to level off before we started the challenge, but it's a little bit difficult. You know, it was really difficult to predict and calculate when this would happen, and as a result, we're a few days in. We're down not much. You know, we're down $100 from our starting price. What does that mean? It just means that we're taking away a little bit of time from what we have, and we will just have to work a little bit harder to make the targets. Now, a lot of people who are doing the challenge, there's currently, I think there's over 800 people now taking part in the challenge. A lot of these people have been messaging me saying that they have been doing some other stuff during the day, which allows them to maintain a profit. And they were saying to me, Mr. Techie, why don't you guys do X and Y and Z during the day when you know the market is down, when you know this is happening, when you know that is happening? And the answer to that is very simple, guys. We want to show you what is possible when you start off with trading only 2 hours a day. Okay? That is why we have limited all trading to do with the challenge to the times that we stream. As we go further and further into the challenge and we start to make more money and people feel more comfortable putting more time in, then we will start to increase the amount of time that we stream or the amount of time that we trade. We may not be streaming 12 hours a day. I don't think that's going to be realistic at any point. But we will go up to points where we may have 2 or 3 hour streaming sessions, and the rest of the time we are doing trades throughout the day, and everybody can follow along because we'll be posting them in places. So, our position for now is going to be just to hold. All right, we did this a couple of days ago. We held and the value went up, if you guys remember. We held on the night of the 2nd to the 3rd, and the value went up. And then the 3rd to the 4th, the value went down. So, what else are we going to talk about tonight then? That's a very good question, guys. What are we going to talk about tonight?
Let's reiterate. Let's try to. Is anyone here panicking? I hope no one here is panicking. We could talk about. We're watching the week out. Right now. I don't know. I think we can. I don't know.
Yeah.
What can we cover today?
I wanted to cover a lot of things today, guys, but unfortunately, because of the market, it's not really allowing us to go on and to kind of really go and dive deeper into things. Plus, I didn't realize the Super Bowl was today, and so as a result, a lot of people are kind of, they're not really watching. Okay, and people will watch tomorrow because a lot of Europeans are watching tomorrow. So essentially, the plan that I kind of had drawn out for today kind of got a little bit lost because of that. So I'm seeing a few suggestions coming in. People saying, can you explain the coins that you hold and why we're holding them? That is a very, very good point. I've seen this question come up a few times. And so, yeah, I think we could do that. I think today we can just cover the coins that we have. And if anybody is stressed or worried about the market, then feel free to ask us a question. And if anyone has any questions along the way, by all means, ask us a question. So, let's see. Mr. Wes, you are a fan of ICX, yeah. Are you not?
Yes, I am.
Would you like to explain ICX?
What the project is?
Yep.
Sure. I got this.
I'm putting you on the spot here, isn't it?
Let me pull up this the white paper again.
Yep, I've got their website open, so if you want to refer to anything.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll open up the websites for each of the projects. It will just make it easier to refer to. Jacklo, do you want to maybe start off then with Walton or possibly even Ripple?
I'm not too familiar with how to explain this.
Okay. All right. So I will cover Ripple because Ripple is a project that I looked into quite a lot, and the essential thing of where Ripple came from is it's designed for the banking industry. So Ripple's primary purpose is to enable the transfer of money via banks, okay, in a way which reduces the time, because currently standard bank transfers, wire bank transfers take, I don't know, what is it, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. They're expensive because the technology behind them is so old, and therefore the technology behind them is so slow. Quite often, some of the transactions kind of end up in the wrong accounts. It can kind of happen. So yeah, they designed this to be a much faster, simpler, international way of transferring money between accounts. But it's designed for the banking industry, okay? And here's their website. Okay, I've given you a very quick basic summary of what Ripple is. Okay, it's connectivity across payment networks, works between different current payment networks. It's designed as something that connects to everything, all of the old systems. So there's wire transfers, There's international like SEPA transfers. There's lots of different technologies that are used in different countries that have different ways that they have to interact with each other. And Ripple is designed to kind of accommodate modification or modularization for different industries and different kind of technologies and stuff in all the different banks around the world. They want it to be instant. Ripple payments are designed to be as instant as possible. So the transfer leaves and arrives within seconds. And they obviously want it to be low cost because current banking transfers, for the banks themselves, they can cost sometimes, upwards of $20, $30, $40, depending on the size of the transaction and how much work is involved with it. That is Ripple. And that is why we have invested in the coin. As all of you know, the banking industry is very big and they put a lot of money into stuff. And so if this solution, which is currently adopted by and being implemented by several banks, then this is a very good project to invest into. So that there is Ripple. Do you want to go on and do Icon or ICX?
Yeah, sure. So, Icon, it is a decentralized coin. Icon is basically the blockchain platform. It connects all the coins together, basically. All how like Ethereum, like you have to have like ERC20 wallets and whatever for certain coins and stuff. See, now with Icon, it will convert it into whatever, and it will connect, like it'll be an automatic conversion, so you don't have to have the ERC20 or what, it's basically a gateway into everything else. It connects everything. It's not really a competitor, it's more of a tool to use. It's not like what's better, like Neo or Ethereum or Icon. Icon is to help everything connect to one, like connecting platforms.
Like a major translation service.
Exactly.
For blockchain.
And it's good because it's decentralized. It has a peer-to-peer network. So let's see here.
Linda, I see your question there. Instead of just explaining the coin, would it be more beneficial to show the process behind how to conduct the research? We're going to have weeks of that stuff. We are going to cover, guys, how to look into a coin, how to look at an ICO, how to read a white paper. We're going to give you, or you're going to make a sheet whereby for every coin you fill it in, you fill in the details, you give it points based on certain questions that you ask that you can work out, etc. This is all going to be kind of coming down the line. We may actually, if the market stays as it is, we may have to move that forward a little bit. That was originally planned for kind of the 3rd or 4th week, but we may have to move that forward a little bit if the market will continue as it is. So that will be coming soon, Linda.
Yeah, and so I read here. See, it says Icon developers do not think that all nodes which exist in this world would be linked on a single blockchain platform. You see, now that's a problem, and that creates competition. And you see, Icon will connect everything. That's why I believe Icon's good, because it's a very useful tool to have, so you don't have to go through. It's like convenient to have. So I believe that it'll go far this year, and they have like a lot of their they have a lot of steps that they're taking this year, and a lot of like things ready to go. Like they're not stalling; they're actually like ready to go already. That's why I believe very strongly in this coin.
Yeah. Okay, so there's Icon. Jacklo, do you want to do Walton, or do you want me to cover Walton perhaps?
I can try to cover Walton.
Okay, great. Fire away.
So Walton Chains, it's trying to look at using RFID technology, which is a radio frequency identification technology to track items and throughout the supply chain. Currently there's technologies out there that are that use RFID already, but Walton is using using the blockchain in order to allow companies to track it cheaper and more efficiently because it's connected throughout the world instead of just on each individual company's an individual company's chain. And okay, yeah, you want to keep going?
Okay. No, it's all right. It's sometimes it's hard to kind of like be put on the spot and say, "Hey, what is this?" You know, and it's yeah. The primary reason why Walton is such a valuable coin, okay, and there is Walton comes out of China in Asia. That's where the project is based, and I think if we come here and we look at team members, I mean you guys can see there's a lot of Chinese on the website as well. There has historically been a lot of issues with China trading cryptocurrencies, and they have a very strong team. I mean, look at the size of this team. Okay, this is a big team. This is a big project. It's not something small. And essentially, there is talk and there are rumors. Again, you don't always trust in rumors. Okay, don't trust in rumors. But these are very strongly founded rumors, or very strongly founded suggestions that later on this year, that China will start to resume trading in Bitcoin, and they will use Walton, or they will use WTC as their trading coin. There's another one as well, Qtum, which is also rumored to potentially be that. But as a general technology, there's a lot of these coins which are based on IoT, or what is known as Internet of Things. Okay. IoT is designed as very small devices, physical devices that exist in the world. They can be as small as, I don't know, as small as a stack of quarters, or half a stack of quarters, I guess. I don't know how big that is in the US, but I'm going to assume it's quite small. And these devices have sensors, or they have, buttons or something, and they can interact with the internet. So, someone here suggesting, yes. Okay, I won't read that one out on air. Thank you very much, Until 1 Mil. So essentially, Internet of Things devices, they allow, they are portable, okay? They have a lot of sensors, so they can measure different things such as humidity, such as temperature, such as physical movement if something has been vibrated, or they can detect actually even GPS location quite often. And so for a lot of industries, this kind of tracking, especially in things like logistics, etc., this kind of tracking provides very, very valuable information. If any of you who have ever ordered an item and the box got lost somewhere along the delivery route, you would be thankful if there was an IoT device in there that could track the box and say, hey, the box was, got lost off the back of the truck in this place or this area. That is the basics of IoT. And Walton is taking it to another level by integrating IoT, or Internet of Things stuff, into the blockchain, okay, into a decentralized network, all right, and allowing things to happen there. And that includes RFID, so kind of like the wireless tags like NFC that you can use with your phone, or those touchless kind of cards that you use to access things. And they're looking to implement it into a lot of industries. That is the basic gist of it. There are quite a few other IoT-based projects across the world, but Walton is a very strong one. It has an amazing team, and they are making amazing progress on the project in record time. So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting project to get into, especially since China is a very much manufacturing and logistics-oriented country. Having something like this in their home country, being able to provide this IoT service direct to their home country, and therefore millions of users around the world, is really going to boost the project. So that is the three that we looked at, and we also hold BNB, don't we? What is BNB? And why are we holding BNB? BNB or Binance coin is simply the coin of Binance. And if you hold the coin, they give you a 50% reduction in fees. So if we come here and we scroll down a bit, we can see that normally the fee is 0.1%, but because we have Binance or BNB, Binance coin, we get a 50% reduction. That is the only reason why we're holding the coin. Other than that, we still don't care about it. So, I hope then that has covered the question of which coins what we are holding and why we are holding it. Are there any other questions about the coins? Let me read through quickly. Andrew Hogarth saying, I like to think of XRP as the stepping stone between bank accounts and true decentralized currency. The issue is, Andrew, is that Ripple is not decentralized. So think of XRP just simply as a solution for banks. Okay, it is not a solution for other people. It is simply created for the banking industry, whereby they utilize the blockchain technology, some aspects of the blockchain technology, to save themselves a bit of fees. Okay, it has nothing to do with the actual currency. It is simply a usage token, so it's just used for the transfer purposes or for trading, and so as a result, it's great for trading to make a profit on, because banks will always want it to have a stable value. But in terms of, is it a project that may affect somebody in their life? Yep, if you rely heavily on receiving bank transfers very quickly, then yes, it will. Let's see. Wow, quite a few things. I actually didn't see that. Bishop22 saying, I've been using BNB and still have coin dust. Not sure why. It may have been from before you had BNB, or maybe you ran out of BNB one time and it took a little bit of a fraction from somewhere. Replacement of Swift, yes. Ripple is very much potentially the replacement of Swift and wire transfers and all other kinds of banking transfers. That's their aim. For those of us who didn't buy any altcoins on day one of the challenge, should we consider that now to catch up? That's a very, 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 very good question. The market is going down. That is the prediction for now, that the market will continue to go down a bit. The best option, if you haven't bought in yet, is perhaps just wait until tomorrow and let us give you another analysis of the market and let us see what else could happen. You will be able to buy the things in cheaper, okay, because their price has gone down. So yeah, it's just hold off making any purchases now. And is that the end of the questions? I believe that's the end of the questions on there. Let's see. Let's see now. On a lot of random comments on the live stream chat on Discord, guys. Let me scroll up and see. All right. There's a lot of stuff there. It's a bit difficult to filter through. Regarding Walton, there are some other coins which also offer a similar, to a degree, a similar kind of solution. However, Walton is pushed as the best alternative, the best one of the bunch out there. Different people have different opinions about it. Right now, we're not directly looking at what the project is and how we can use it, etc. Because our focus right now is to build up our funds. We want to make more money, okay? And so right now we are choosing coins that have the best possible growth potential in the very short term. Later on, as we continue throughout the challenge, we will start to buy what are known as long hold coins, which are coins that you're actually investing in because you believe their value is going to go up over the long term, and you buy them and you forget about them. For now, though, we are trying to focus on making money in the short term. And these three coins, I think we each kind of picked one and we agreed upon most of them. These three coins are the most valuable ones that we have right now. Okay, there are some others, but we're not going to go buying 10 coins. So, yeah, that is why. Jeff asking, Mr. Techie. Sorry,
go
did
ahead,
you want to say something?
Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
I was just gonna suggest we should add one more that's really good.
Okay, which one would that be?
Wabi.
Wabi. How cheap is Wabi?
It's like it's under $2, but it's like a $5 to $6 after the market starts to recover. And when it hits the bull run again, easily $10 to $15.
Okay, let me have a look at the historical data. Because I have in my own personal accounts, I do have some Wabi.
Wabi focuses on targeting the discontinuation of fake products like bootleg products, like especially like baby formula, like a bunch of stuff in China that's bootleg. You know how a lot of fake stuff comes from China.
Yep.
It's targeted to stop bootlegging.
Yeah, they have some good counterfeiting technology. It basically arose out of an issue in China with the baby product industry, where I believe a number of babies died from counterfeit baby milk, surprisingly.
Yeah.
And also the liquor industry, as Wes said.
Yeah. Now, I've been watching Wabi for quite a while. And over the last kind of 20 days or so, it's been on a steady decline, but everything else has as well. It is a very, very valuable coin. It's a kind of project that I personally can really understand and appreciate and invest in, even if it's not quite an amazing profit maker. It's the kind of project that I would still kind of invest in. Okay, but at the moment we are holding. What are we holding right now? We are holding several coins, and I believe that we are at about 1/3 of our balance is Bitcoin. If we add a fourth coin on now, as we go down, then there's potential for maybe a little bit more loss. So what I would say, guys, yeah, we can quickly just go over this and decide, should we have a look at Wabi tomorrow and see how the market is and decide if we want to buy in then, rather than buying now while the market is going to go down and then again we lose Satoshi value potentially? What do you think about that?
Yeah, wait tomorrow.
Yep. Okay, guys, so we might buy Wabi as our next buy. I've been meaning to really look into that and see when would be a good buy on that, because it is ridiculously cheap right now, to be honest. But at the same time, we got to look at what is its potential to grow over the next week or so. And we got to kind of base our buying decisions off of that. Right, just going to check quickly for any more questions. Jeff saying, maybe you can tell the benefits of Tether for people who don't know and started little trades. And what is it and how you can use it in your advantage. Jeff, are you talking about dealing with it in the immediate short term? Or what? Like for the dip that's happening or for something else? Bishop22 saying, what is the advantage / disadvantage of trading in BTC / Ethereum? I know you've touched on this before. What is the advantage? What is the disadvantage? Each one has their strengths and each one has their weaknesses. Trading in Ethereum is becoming more popular. So guys, if you remember right from the beginning, we said you can either use Bitcoin as a trading pair or Ethereum as a trading pair. There's also BNB, but the selection of coins is nowhere near as complete as Bitcoin or Ethereum. Bitcoin and Ethereum on Binance, I believe the coins you can trade in either one. But with BNB, there's a lot of coins missing that you can't trade in. When the market is like this, there isn't really any benefit to trading in either one or the other one. I mean, you can have a look here, just at the top 5 coins. So on Bitcoin pair, this one here is down 6.5, down 5, 5, 6. Okay. And if we flip over to Ethereum, it's down 2, down 0, down 0, down 2. Okay. But if we have a look at USDT, we can also see that Bitcoin is down 9% and Ethereum is down 12%. So it's a little bit difficult to judge at this moment in the market which one would be better. In general, they work out about even, except for Ethereum has less mood swings, as I like to call them. Its movements are not quite as sharp as Bitcoin. Bitcoin can suddenly drop quite a lot. Ethereum likes to kind of level it off a little bit and go at a slightly slower pace. So if you are a day trader and you like to look at the charts more often, then Ethereum might be more comfortable to look at and base your trades off of. However, if you are a occasional trader or a one-time a day trader or something like that, you will not see any difference. You will not feel any difference at all. And yeah, that's basically my my opinion on it. Personally, I am experimenting with trading in Ethereum pairs. You know, every few weeks I go through and I spend a few days doing it. But with the market like this, there's no benefit to doing it again. Any of you guys in the server with me, you want to talk potentially about any ideas why you would or why you wouldn't trade it in Ethereum?
I personally don't use Ethereum because I don't have that much Ethereum to start with. I mean, I have a good amount, but I prefer to use Bitcoin pair and USDT pair. But also you have to keep, and you guys should keep in mind this news. Some exchanges already have Quantum as a pair. So you should watch out for the Neo pair, Quantum pair. So you can expect probably later this year, Binance will add them as well. So yeah, you can expect the price to probably rocket, probably have a good jump. So yeah, that's my insight on the trading pairs.
Yeah, personally, I tried doing some Ethereum trading and or using the Ethereum pairing, and my biggest issue was just doing the mental math on it, switching between US dollars, Satoshis, and Ether. It just got to be a lot of work for me, so I just stuck to what's easier, but might go back to it depending how this goes.
Yeah, almost everybody always comments on price of coins in terms of Satoshi value, the fraction of a Bitcoin. So when you're trading in Ethereum, you almost always need to go back and recalculate and go forward and recalculate and work it out. And oh my God, what's the exchange rate of Ethereum to Bitcoin right now? So yeah, it's a little bit complicated. Jacklo, have you ever experimented or looked into trading in Ethereum?
I thought about trading in Ethereum, but not right now. I'm still working on my Satoshi value for now.
Yeah.
And I'm trying. I mean, Ethereum works on its own what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? It works on its own chart. It's also more stable right now, and it also has a lot of great projects on it. So it's definitely a good coin to start trading on, though.
Yep, I do agree with that. I honestly believe that due to the recent action or activity of Bitcoin, a lot of maybe different type of investors, they will start to look at trading in Ethereum because it provides a more level playing field. So as an example, right now we have open, let's open up Bitcoin. We have open right now the Bitcoin chart, and why does it do that sometimes? And we can see how it's kind of gone, and there are big reds, and it goes up, and big reds and keeps on going. And if we flip over to Ethereum, there are also big reds, but as an overall, the movements are generally a lot smaller and a lot smoother. While BTC is doing these crazy movements, Ethereum is also suffering with these crazy movements. It's not perfect. If I come into trading view, I can come here and go BTC, USDT, and we want on Binance, and then I can click on compare, and I can add in ETH, USDT, and select on Binance, and it will overlay the charts. Okay, now going back kind of historically, if we have a look at this part here, you can see how Bitcoin was really jumping up and changing massively in a percentage value. Okay, massively. But at the same time, Ethereum was making slightly smaller movements, you know, and just kind of juggling about a little bit. Yes, it's occasional that Ethereum does have a big movement and does actually move, but overall its movements are generally smaller and smoother than Bitcoin. So for an investor, that's a more appealing thing to relate to. You don't want your core primary currency to be jumping about like a yo-yo. you want it to try and be as stable as possible so that when you come to make your trades, you don't always have to keep an extra eye on your core currency, i.e. Bitcoin in our case. So if you have a look here, how smooth it has been, how smooth it's been moving in comparison to Bitcoin, compared to now, oops, I just drew a random line there, compared to now where it's almost mirroring how extreme Bitcoin is, because Bitcoin is just going absolutely psycho. Okay, so yeah, this is why a lot of people will be moving over into trading in Ethereum pairs. Again, Ethereum is the one in the background here. Okay, and as well, people will be moving into Neo. So maybe perhaps we can have a look at Neo as well. USDT. Okay, now we might as well turn off Ethereum right now. You can see Neo as well has kind of generally, it does move up in terms of percentage, but it's generally a little bit smoother, a little bit more flowy. It has suffered a little bit recently in terms of its value and how it goes about. But again, the extremes are not as extreme. Sometimes it does have its own extremes, like over here, it had a massive spike, okay, and then a massive drop. That there was simply due to the news. There was news coming out about Neo at that time, so a lot of people bought Neo. It drove the price all the way up, and then people sold just before the news came out, and it crashed it back down again. All right, but if that news hadn't occurred, we would have had a nice steady line kind of going through here. So yeah, this is why, you know, people may end up moving away from using Bitcoin as a trading pair. Got another question here from Joseph Vegas saying, Mr. Techie, can you talk about how much longer this bear trend could be going? I would love to talk about that. I would absolutely love to talk about that. But yeah, as Wes said, nobody knows, you know. It's kind of difficult to work it out. There's a lot of internal factors and there's a lot of external factors that are currently disrupting the market. What are the internal factors? A lot of people are in a state of fear, and so they are just going crazy and they are just selling and, you know, trying to be in a safe place, but in actual fact, you know, when everybody's selling and everyone's panicking, it kind of hurts the market in a way. I just remembered something, guys. I'm really sorry. I meant to say this right at the beginning and I forgot. Today we showed some really cool graphics at the start, and we're going to show them again at the end. Okay, these graphics were made by a member in the community, Mr. Marco. Thank you very much, Marco, for making the graphics. I do apologize, and guys, if you can remember, remind me to give him a credit at the end, just before we leave. I'm writing it down on my paper as well. Credit Marco. He made these graphics, and they are absolutely brilliant. So thank you very much, Marco. Right. Back to what we were talking about, which I've kind of completely forgotten, which is about how long we can expect the market to go. So you've got internal factors, you have external factors. Internal ones are generally just people being afraid and people creating charts and kind of, you know, moving lines, and the charts don't lie. You know, Beyonce said the hips don't lie. In crypto, the charts don't lie. You know, you can take the lines and you can draw a very bad pattern that looks like we are going to doom and gloom, but all the way along that time, you know, there's potential for us to kind of make it out of somewhere, to break away from the trend that's currently happening. I just drew a quick random chart there, guys. Don't take this as anything, okay? I'm just illustrating to you that we are on a downtrend. So how low could this go? It's impossible to tell. How long can it go on for? We don't know yet. Why? Because there's also external factors affecting this. There have been a lot of rumors and a hell of a lot of rubbish news that's come out recently in mainstream media that is actually affecting, actually affecting the price of Bitcoin. That is one thing. The second thing is that some major markets in the world, I'm talking about financial markets, have also been suffering at this time. And as a result, a lot of investors from there are kind of taking some actions on the crypto world, which may also be affecting the price of the currencies here. What does all of this mean? It means that all we can do right now is not focus on, oh my God, it's going down. Oh. No, we have to suck it up. It's going down temporarily right now. What can we do to still make profit in this market. Is it possible to still make profit in this market? Oh yeah, definitely, without a doubt. Still ways to make profit in this market. Will we be covering them on the challenge? We will be covering some. There are some that are more extreme. There are some that require you to be a more advanced trader. So we are going to try and work out ways in which, for us, trading 2 hours a day, we can still make profit. Okay? So we can't tell you how long it's going to last. We can't tell you how low Bitcoin is going to go. It could literally at any moment decide to go up that way and carry on up to 12,000, 13,000, 14,000. Okay? The more you zoom out of Bitcoin, you know, the more it kind of starts to look a little bit more scary. If we come like this and we put that, I don't know where these guys draw the lines, but I think it's from here, from this peak here, and we have a nice big, what they call downtrend, coming down in this direction. You know, so the best thing is to stay up to date. The market is going down at the moment. There is a small possibility that you will lose a little bit of dollar value. Don't focus on that. Don't worry about that. The market will pick back up soon. And when it does, you will be back in profit. What can you do in the meantime? If you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling worried, if you're feeling anxious, come to the server. Talk to us. Ask us any questions. Maybe perhaps take a break. Maybe perhaps don't worry about the charts. Don't focus. Don't look at them. Okay? The markets are down a little bit. The more you stress and the more you worry about it, the more likely it is that you may take some actions which lead to you being in an even bigger loss. And there have been a lot of people that came to the server recently and said, hey, what should we do? Blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, it's all going to crash. And then they do something and then they lose more money. Okay? So if you're not feeling confident, don't worry. Just follow along with the lessons. And when the market picks back up, you can jump straight back in. Okay? I don't really see any other questions. So unless somebody has something and you want to type it in the next 10 seconds, then I think maybe we might prepare to close this session. Guys in the server, does either of you want to add anything?
Nothing from me.
Jackalo, Wes?
No, we're good.
Okay, and I think maybe Wes is... he said he'll be back in a little bit. Just saw the message from him now. Greet my mum, please. Hello, Powell's mum. How are you, ma'am? Are you okay? I hope you are doing well. Your son is learning something very amazing. He is learning something that will change the future, both of himself and both of those that he loves and around him. We've got a last minute question from Mr. Bono saying, Mr. Techie, is it a good idea to move your coins from small caps to big caps? From small capacity to big capacity coins, or from what, sorry? I'm not quite following there. Ooh, John is online. John is online. Let me check.
Shortly.
Is Mr. John online shortly?
He just posted
He posted a chart.
Oh, he's at here. Sorry, I thought he was going live. My bad.
That's okay. Just for those of you who aren't aware, John, Mr. CoinVX himself, he's the founder of the CoinVX server, his namesake, obviously. And John is a very experienced trader who has been trading for quite a while. He had a beautiful journey and he has built up an amazing portfolio and learned a lot of skills. And it is actually his attitude and his generosity of sharing the knowledge and stuff that he's learned that actually inspired me to come up with this challenge as a way to show people and educate people in the world of crypto and crypto trading in order to show them how they can change their lives. So he's been traveling for the last few days and he should be joining us live on stream, I hope, in the next few days, just to at least say a quick hello. And yeah. Panayol, oh, it's a difficult name to read with a small font. I'm going to call you Pana. Pana says, in the future streams, can you teach more about trading charts and how to rechart and use their lines? Yes, we definitely will. We will have a whole week dedicated to technical analysis and how to put the lines and how to draw lines and how to understand all of these things. As you guys can see, this one here is my playground chart. I like to just kind of draw random things in places when I'm kind of calculating stuff. For example, a while back I was kind of going through here and I was trying to predict the movement of a certain candle, and looking back, the thing is sometimes I draw them and I don't look back, but in actual fact I kind of got it nice and spot on. I think I drew this when it was back to up here, so I tried to predict the movement of this and ended up kind of getting it in a good way. We will be covering all of that. We will be having a couple, maybe at least 1 week of doing technical analysis and teaching you guys how to read it and how to do it. We'll be doing it as well, different styles, since we have different members in the team, each who has different knowledge and strengths in different areas of technical analysis. So we will be doing, and we'll be covering that. Lee Martez, Mr. Dan says, is it worth using smaller exchanges? I have been using Cryptopia for some altcoins, but the fees are high and not so much volume compared to Binance. The issue with using smaller exchanges is that quite often it's very difficult to move your coins. It's very difficult because there aren't that many buyers. So sometimes your trades can take a lot longer to do. Sometimes, you know, it can be a bit of a pain in the ass to buy and sell there. Unfortunately though, you know, some coins are only available on the smaller exchanges, so in a sense you're kind of stuck with them to a degree. I would prefer to use a larger exchange. It offers up a lot more opportunities to make profit. It offers up a lot more opportunities to buy at a good price and sell at a good price without having to wait around for 2 years for somebody to come along and buy your coins. Osman Ahmed says, hi, new here. This channel looks amazing. Will you be charging for this information? Will there be a subscription? It's all free. 100%, absolutely, completely free. Mr. Osman, check out the link in the description. You will find our website where there's a lot of information about it. You will find out how you can sign up to our Discord server. You will find out how you can take part in the challenge. You'll find out what it's all about. This is not, we're not going through and telling people, buy this, sell that, buy this, sell that, do this, do that. No, we are taking actions in order to turn $1,500 into $250,000. And we are offering you guys the opportunity to learn, because we are explaining everything that we do. We're offering you the opportunity to learn and follow along so that you too can turn $1,500 into $250,000. And there's a whole community behind it. There's over 800 people taking part. So be sure to check out the website and sign up to the Discord server, which is where the community lives. And then you can take part with us as well. And be sure as well to subscribe to the YouTube channel. One last question. I'm going to take one last question, guys, before we close the session here, from Jared saying, Mr. Techie, mind giving your opinion, if any, on ELF long term? ELF is till Christmas. And that's it. I don't know about ELF. The only ELF I know is the kind that come around Christmas time with Santa. Does anyone here know about the ELF project? Would you like to share your thoughts on it? Silence.
That's not one I've looked up.
Yeah, I don't think many of us have actually looked into ELF, to be honest, Jared. We may cover it a bit later on. If you ask in the trading channels, Jared, on the Discord server, you can find out perhaps some more information about it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that looks like that's it for tonight then. What else can we do? We can wish you a good night. We can wish you a good evening. Don't stress. Don't worry. You may wake up, you may go to sleep, and you may realize that you've got less money than you had before. It's not an issue. This is the markets. They go down and they go up. Okay? With every great opportunity, it comes a little bit of a challenge. And right now, this is us in our challenge period. We will still make it to our target. And if we don't, we will get very, 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 very close. So just relax. This is a long journey. And we just got a little bit of a speed bump at the beginning. But things will take off very, very soon. So thank you all for tuning in. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. Give a thumbs up. You're welcome to ask questions in the comments. You're welcome to join the Discord server and ask questions over there. If you have any feedback, please send it through to us. In the meantime, I would like to thank the team who have been with me here today. We have Grizz Dave, We have Jacklo, Wes, and Jerome, who's usually in the background. He provides a lot of great content that maybe perhaps you guys don't see that often. I think he's having some trouble with his microphone, which should be fixed fairly soon. So that's it from us. We hope you all have a good night, and we will catch you tomorrow for the stream. Take care.